Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and as many of you are moving on from the slap heard around the world, we're still trying to figure out what caused it to happen in the first place. And I know for a lot of you, it's got to do with Jada. And we got a new clip from Will himself talking about the relationship between Jada and Tupac and how he was absolutely jealous. We're going to play that for you in a minute. Before I get to that, though, I do want to sort of give a very quick recap of what we're hearing is Will's state of mind right now, because I do think it's all related. Now, we're going to get into this in more detail today during our live, along with T.I. apparently stormed a stage with a comedian. We're going to play you that clip as well. Our lives have been great this week, so thanks to everybody who's been joining. If you've been missing them, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the bell for all alerts, smash that like button while you're at it, and leave a comment down below to help the engagement, and get involved in our Popcorn Planet community. Love hanging out with you guys during our afternoons. We're here every day talking pop culture. But apparently sources close to Will, and this is coming from us, say he's totally afraid of being fully canceled at this point and doesn't really know what he can do anymore. There's nothing he can really do. We're going to pull more of those quotes later. Also, we have friends who are saying Will's friends want him to go to therapy. This comes from a source entertainment.
A source explains that while the King Richard star's actions have caused embarrassment for some of his friends and peers, his closest pals are still privately texting him and trying to be there for him. Quote, they believe there is a lot of anger in Will, and his incident at the Oscars is just one way that it came out. They think he needs to take a break from acting, go to therapy, and sort out his issues.
Now, I want to talk about that with you guys today during our live to see if you agree with this. Is this fair? Is this not fair? But again, what has caused this outburst? What was really the reasoning for it? I don't believe it was just the one joke. There was clearly some more stuff brewing, and it's hard to not think about Jada. And it's hard to not think about Jada and Tupac and the fact that this relationship may have been doomed from the beginning because Jada was always obsessed with Tupac. For those of you that don't even know, Jada and Tupac were friends when they were kids. And then as they grew, became, friends, but apparently never actually took it to that next level. Instead, she was with Will Smith. So let Will himself break down what happened in this clip that's been uncovered from a bit ago.
Were you ever jealous of the love Jada had for Tupac?
Oh, fuck yeah.
I know
Oh
say
my
no.
God, that dude. And that was in the early days.
Yeah.
That was in the early days, and it was like that was a big regret for me too, because I could never open up to interact with Pop, and because we had a little bit of a thing, right? Because they grew up together, and they loved each other, but they never had that, they never had a sexual relationship, but they had come into that age where now that was a possibility, and then Jada was with me, so Pac had a little thing on that. But she just loved him like he was the image of perfection, but she was with the Fresh Prince, so that was a huge regret of mine. I couldn't handle it, I was the soft rapper from Philly, and he was Pac.
Right.
Man, there's so much to unpack there, because what's the regret? You know what I mean? As I'm even listening and trying to have him hear the still story, and help me, correct me in the comments down below. What regret? I mean, you're Will Smith, you're a huge star, you're with Jada, you guys are supposed to be together. So she shouldn't have been with you because she couldn't get over Tupac? Is that what I'm gathering? He was cooler, he was better, he was tougher than you? Like, when you hear Will, and good on Will for sort of expressing his emotions like this, at the same time, more oversharing that we've learned thanks to Jada and her history, and now the insecurities that have been at Will for a long time. And I hate that we got to break all this down so clearly, but they put it all out there for us, and we watched a celebrity, and we all love Will Smith. We did. I still do. I'm rooting for him. But we saw a man break down on television, and it's hard to not try to dissect to figure out what caused this to happen. And when I hear this speech, him sort of justifying and, oh, my regret, and, oh, he was Tupac and I'm just the Fresh Prince. There's just a lot of he's hurting. He's kicking himself. There's an insecurity there that's just sad to see. And this has been something that Jada's been doing for a while. Look, and I don't doubt they were friends, and she's allowed to mourn him and have that loss, but it starts to feel like, well, was it more than that? Is that what was going on here?
Because of the complex relationship I've had with Pac and those moments of his, who's that? Knowing damn well there ain't nothing like that between us. Him feeling like, you're the only stability I got. I can't afford for you to put that attention elsewhere. I need that stability. So for him, it was, we were an anchor for each other.
Oh, yeah.
So anytime he felt like that anchor was threatened, oh my God.
That's a good point, because people will think, oh, she was jealous, or that's jealousy. No. It is possessive and protective.
Because it's a process. It's a lot of things I didn't understand while I was in it with Pac. You know what I mean?
Yep. I mean, we were young.
Yes.
Fearless, ready for the world. But we didn't, we couldn't have fathomed all the forces that were coming.
These are some of the clips, and then there's a moment throughout that show. I thought I was going to be here. They didn't pull that clip. Thanks. Why? But there's a moment in that show where she breaks down. It's hard to live with someone who has had a legacy and then lose them under tragic circumstances. I mean, look, I get it. Like, he's a legend. I do. I love Tupac. What happened to him was just tragic. Way too young. And so I get it. I get why he's, why she's struggling there. But it's like, how does this all feel to Will? Like, he's always number two. He's always going to fail in comparison to her original love, it feels like, with Tupac. I don't know. What do you guys think? Am I overthinking this? It's hard to not see this history as something that really maybe she wasn't ready for a relationship with Will at that point. And to hear Will constantly compare himself to that relationship, which he can never be. He's never going to be able to be that. To know that he's always second fiddle to what Jada finds, so important in her life. That's got to be a tough thing to bear, It's got to be a tough thing to bear. And Will Smith is he just always out there trying to be the better person to try and finally win her over? Is that why he went up there all tough? Here she is celebrating his 50th birthday. This was back last June, releasing a never-before-seen poem from Tupac called Lost Souls with him and Tupac. So, I mean, she's been doing this for a while. And look, they say they were never in a relationship. They were friends. And I know they knew each other since young, so maybe that is in fact true. But still, it's hard to not see how do you not have a little bit of feeling about that as Will Smith when you see this? It's got to be tough on him to see how tight and important this connection was, and to see how much heartbreak Will has in the fact that he has regret that he could never have it or be him. Again, I feel like we're starting to peel back the layers of the onion to see the real truth as to what's really going on in this relationship. And I'm not saying maybe they should. I don't know. I don't know the relationship. We're speculating a lot here, but it does seem like we're finding some new, more clips to look at, saying, maybe this relationship isn't as healthy as they think. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it is. But what else led him to break down like he did and defend her like that on a stage with so much anger? It sure feels like he's got a lot of deep-rooted anger that he has not addressed. And if his friends are even saying this, if this is true, I don't know. Maybe it's not just about the anger at the Oscars, right? It's the anger in his relationship and what he's been doing and maybe not facing because he's been busy trying to be a movie star for all of us and his family, that he's got to really focus on what's going on. Look, it was one moment. It was not a pretty moment. I don't want to endorse that it was at all. But it was one moment of this man's whole career. He shouldn't be canceled forever. He should not be canceled forever. There should be repercussions, of course, but at a certain point, we got to let him have the path to forgiveness, as we should let everybody who's willing to actually take accountability. So what do you guys think of all this? We'll be talking more about this during our live. So again, if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button. Join us. In fact, it'll be right there in the left-hand top corner. You can click subscribe right there, or you can click on these videos. We'll see you later today live here on Popcorn Planet.